This is the Ottawa Senators Outlook. Here is your host, Jack Henry.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Ottawa Senators Outlook. I'm your host Jack. This is my recap reaction to Game 4 of the first round series between the Leafs and Sens. So let's go right to it. So, this is the third game in a row that this series goes to overtime, and the Senators are on the verge of getting swept. They're down 0-3. Toronto with a chance to sweep for the first time since they swept the Senators back in 2001. However, they don't, and the third time it's a charm for the Senators. In overtime, they win 4-3, and the series is now 3-1. So in the first period, Tim Sosa scores on the power play, his first goal of his playoff career to make it 1-0 Ottawa, and then Shane Pinto scores a shorthanded goal. So the Senators' PK could not figure out the Toronto Maple Leafs power play for the first couple of games. Now they score a shorthanded goal to make it 2-0 Ottawa, and then at the end of the period, John Tavares scores to cut the lead in half, and after the first period, the Senators are up 2-1. In the second period, Matthew Knies scores on a brutal miscommunication by the Sanderson-Zub pair. Sanderson was caught puck watching. He was probably thinking Zub was going to go after the puck. It was a race for the puck between Knies and Zub. Knies beats out Zub, and he puts it home to tie it up at 2. And that's all you get after the second period. In the third period, David Perron with a huge goal, his first of the playoffs to make it 3-2 Ottawa. And then with 5.5 minutes left, Oliver Ekman-Larsson is left wide open, and he ties it up at 3-piece. And so we go to overtime, and Drake Batherson with an offensive zone penalty, and Batherson has been a huge liability in these playoffs, and before the Cousins trade, I was really, really critical of him, and he's just proving me right this time around once again. He takes an offensive zone penalty, a high sticking on Chris Tanev, there's blood, so now there's a double minor penalty, so the Leafs are on the power play for 4 minutes, and I truly thought that was the end of the Senators season there. I thought Toronto was going to capitalize. However, they don't. The Sens get a huge penalty kill, and then with almost 2 minutes left in overtime, Jake Sanderson scores from the blue line to win the game for Ottawa. 4-3 is your final. So the goaltending matchup once again was Anthony Stolarz and Ullmark. Ullmark looked a lot better in this game than he did in the other 3 games. He stopped 31 of 34 for a .912 save percentage, and Anthony Stolarz stopped 17 of 21 for an .810 save percentage. So the Senators actually were able to figure out Anthony Stolarz in this game, and they scored 4 goals in this game. They scored 2 goals in the previous 3. That's somewhat of an improvement for the Senators now. With this win, the series is now 3-1, and the Senators force Game 5, and the series will shift back to Toronto on Tuesday night. So this is going to be a very big game for the Senators. Just got to take it one game at a time, and we'll see what happens here. But the Senators, if they can get another win here, I really do think the momentum would shift their way. However, again, they just have to take it one game at a time, and we'll see what happens there. Something that they've been able to do is figure out Anthony Stolarz. They just have to, put the chaos in front of the net and just find a way to capitalize. And again, the Senators just kind of have their work cut out for them. They know what to expect from the Maple Leafs at this point. Now it's just their time to try to keep their season alive as they live another day with this 4-3 overtime win. So there you go. So a big win for the Senators here, to say the least. They win their first playoff game since Game 6 of the 2017 Eastern Conference Final against the Pittsburgh Penguins, which was nearly 2,900 days ago. So there you go. Senators' first playoff win in almost 2,900 days. Let's see what they can do on Tuesday night against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I will have a recap for that game, so be on the lookout for that. Comment down below your thoughts on this game, like and subscribe. But for now, this is Jack up Senators Outlook, and go Sens go.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the Ottawa Senators Outlook. For more of this podcast, click on the videos on the left, and subscribe by clicking on the icon on the right. Thank you.